It's time to check out an absolutely beautiful pair of Air Max 1 Premiums that released early on in 2013. It's hard to believe that it's been just over 2 years since these shoes came out because so much has changed in the world of buying sneakers. For one thing, every cool shoe that Nike releases comes out with a nickname. For some reason, these shoes didn't come out with a nickname, but they should have. I like to call them the Raging Bull Air Max 1s. Raging Bull, of course, paying tribute to the Raging Bull Air Jordan 5s that are made out of red suede. And when you look at these gorgeous shoes, the uppers are red suede. Now, going back to that Raging Bull 5 pack of shoes, it was actually 2 pairs of Air Jordan 5s. One of them was red suede, and the other was a black 3M pair. Ironically, the swoosh on this pair right here is a black 3M, much like the other pair in the Raging Bull pack. And also, interestingly, alongside this Pimento pair, Nike released another pair of black and anthracite Air Max 1s at the same time. So really, it's crazy that they released a red suede and a black Air Max 1 at the same time with no nicknames, especially starting out to get to the era where every shoe is getting released with nicknames. The reason why I love red Air Maxes is because from the get-go, when Tinker Hatfield designed the first Air Max, he really wanted to push the envelope, and that's why he chose the color red. There's an incredible interview. You can go on Google or on YouTube and search for a Tinker Hatfield Air Max interview. It's about an 8-minute video that talks about his inspiration behind the original Air Max 1. He says when you sit down to design something, it's a culmination of everything you've ever seen and done in your life previous to that point. And he was referring to a trip where he went to visit the Georges Pompidou Center in France, and that was his inspiration for the Air Max 1. It's a big, giant, modern building that's bright in color, and parts of it are see-through, so you could see the technology. That see-through nature of the building is what inspired Tinker to make the visible air window visible. But also the bright colors on the Pompidou Center are what inspired Tinker to make the first Air Max in red. So I love red Air Maxes. Earlier on, we looked at a red nylon pair that was part of the Attack pack, so I thought it would be perfect to break out the red suede pair that's unofficially a part of the Raging Bull pack. Let's bring it up close to the camera and check out this gorgeous shoe. Look at it, red suede uppers, 3M black swooshes, black midsoles. You'll notice that the air bubble in there is red. You're also going to notice those cardboard sticks. These were released at the time when Nike owned Cole Haan. And we know that Cole Haan dress shoes sometimes will have this cardboard stick in there to hold the shape of the shoe. So it's no surprise that Nike was inspired by that cardboard stick and started putting it in some of their nicer models, including these premium Air Maxes. But let's go back to these for a minute. So they released online. They didn't even sell out. And they ended up at outlets, and they sat at the outlets, like forever. I remember first seeing them at the outlets for $89.99 and watching them sit and get marked down and marked down and marked down. And Sneaker Steel would tweet it out like week after week. These shoes are still available, $59.99, $39.99, $29.99. It's crazy because now the shoes have sort of dried out in the marketplace, and they've become really, really valuable. But going back when they released, you could almost look at this shoe and look at this pack of shoes and see that these were going to eventually be sought after. I mean, what's not to love? Air Max 1s in red suede. These shoes are great. They were really underrated when they released. No surprise that they've disappeared and that they're now very valuable. And it's been a pleasure introducing you to another pair of red Air Maxes.